New format means, well, new thoughts on how things are gonna go. So make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more often. I know we're uploading this kind of late tonight, but I think that's fine because we finally get to talk about this new format. You know, we've had a little bit of today to sit down here and actually, you know, process what has actually happened with this format and, you know, some of the thoughts that are kind of going forward with this. From what I can confidently say right now, to all of the people that are sitting here, you know, yelling to the top of their lungs in the background, that, you know, the entire Draco Tale group has been like, so back and forth with each other about, you know, Draco Tale's dead, the deck is it's not going to get off the ground. It's like, Draco Tale's in the same position that it was in Japan, basically, and, you know, suddenly you're telling me that the deck is bad. Maybe I missed something fundamentally, but I think Draco Tale is going to be one of the best challengers kind of going forward within this upcoming meta, and it really is crazy to think about how much the community is underestimating the new Fallen of White. Like, truthfully, the Fallen of White is going to pick up Draco Tale, and it is going to run it across the floor, and it is going to be some of the craziest madness you've seen. Plus, Blazing Cartesia is still a crazy enabler for that deck. Whoever thinks that Draco Tale is dead in the water right now, you are going to be up for some very, very big surprises. As you know, this meta is going to take off and really, really, really surprise people. Now, one of the other interesting things that I've seen is, you know, the hope that Malice is still alive in the background. Now, I've already saw, I think Ark posted a little screenshot of an end board that you can make with, you know, Malice and the TCG. Obviously, you know, OCG went after Red Ransom, TCG went after White Binder. Both hits cripple the deck to the point that, you know, you can still play it, but we're lowering the ceiling as the, you know, deck kind of crumbles apart. It's not necessarily going to do bad. No, I think Malice will probably remain somewhere in like the roguish tier of things. It's just in order to, you know, be able to bring back and keep banishing things, you're not going to get that mass extension that you were, you know, initially kind of getting with it. Do I think the deck is what it once was? No, not at all. But there's going to be a lot of copium and a lot of hopium out here with this. Same thing with Yummy. A lot of people right now are, you know, tossing Yummy cores aside and they're like, yeah, we're done with the deck. But it's like OCG has worse restrictions on the deck minus the Herald, and Yummy still has found a way to function over there. I believe you are probably going to see Yummy in some sort of incarnation of being like combo extenders or all sorts of things like that. Because generically, being able to use any Link 1 as a tuner monster to flood into Yummy, there still is going to be something with that. And it's also the same thing with Mitsurugi at this point. The TCG didn't go after pre-prep. You know, if you're sitting here and you're like, well, you know, the sophisticated scholars of the internet think that Mitsurugi's dead at this point. It's like, no. Mitsurugi is the furthest thing from being done. The only thing that Konami officially did with the deck was all this splashability that the deck was doing. You're now basically locked into playing pure Mitsurugi, which, good job, Konami. That's the way it should have been. For the last block, all you were able to do was just like, oh, you know, what kind of splashable package could we throw into this deck? It's like, oh, does it function with Mitsurugi? And that was a lot of the problems that we were facing, was just Mitsurugi was way too splashable for its own good. And now you're finally starting to see, oh, hey, you know, once you kind of clear off the visor here and you actually peer into this new list, I mean, you know, we're not looking too bad. honestly, with the current state that we've been left in for Mitsurugi, it's just, it's going to take some time for a list to come down. I mean, this list did what it needed to do. It brought down the ceiling, or so the illusion of the ceiling being brought down was. Branded is going to be the creature. You got to remember, Branded still has double branded fusion, which that's going to be interesting with Lunalights. Lunalights is an entirely other creature right now that is going to really, really, really like right now in this format. Lunalights is the boogeyman. I have heard so many comments from people right now. I believe I'm up to like 7 or 8 that are just like, I don't want to play this format because Lunalight's a deck. And it's just like, go play some freaking kaijus, man. You don't have to side Lancias anymore. Alright? Guess what? Konami did you a favor. Konami said, oh hey, what if we destroy Malice to the point that you no longer have to appropriately side for this every single game? And that was honestly probably one of the best things that they could have done. Their entire job was to just open up the floor for you to get an opportunity to play some other decks. And you know what? Gosh darn it. I think they did a good job with that. Outside of that, there's an entire list of things that should have happened on this list. I think that's kind of the thing that, like, this list looks good on paper, but it's like, they could have went the extra mile and did a literal crap ton of unbans as well. I mean, for example, what would have one Block Dragon had done for this? They didn't appropriately feel like they were pushing for marketing on this. And the same thing with, like, they're emphasizing Spenta, for example. They're like, oh, hey, guys, come get your Spenta. It's going to be absolutely broken in the future. You guys know you want it, but it's like there's no Borreload Savage to make me want to use this. What's the point in playing Magistus Draco Tale? Oh, wait, it does open up some cool plays, but, like, the branded build is just going to be superior. There's no real argument to fight with that when you already know that the answer is they could have correctly done more. And I think that's where, like, we're sitting, like, what does bringing back Nightmare Goblin and Zenmaity do at this point? It's just, Konami has these biases for whatever reason that they're just like, they force you to buy new cards and they don't want you to go play the old. And that's what the ban list is. Banlist will always be Yu-Gi-Oh's forced rotation of things. And it's the inevitable at this point. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, we can very easily bring down the ceiling and excitement for you guys so you guys can play the game. But it's also like, oh, hey, new sets right here. And they did it exactly the same way this time. You're dropping into a new set. You literally are looking at it right now and you're like, wow, this ban list actually makes me want to go buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, welcome to how the ban list is actually marketed and how it actually works going forward. Am I happy with this list? Yes. About 90%, I would say I'm satisfied. I would have loved to have brought back things like Metamorphosis. Totally awesome. Let some of these other decks have some of these cards that they've got. There are actually 10 things that Konami missed with this list that they could have brought back to 1, and it wouldn't have made a difference. And that's just Konami slacking. Once again, they're so afraid. Look at Metamorphosis, for example. The card failed on the OCG side of things, and the TCG's like, no, keep it away. It's too scary. It's going to do bad things with Mitsurugi. And it's like, you just hit the Habagiri. Why did you not bring back Metamorphosis? Like, what kind of piss poor bad business decisions is this company making that, they couldn't bring back Metamorphosis? I don't know. It seems fucking stupid to me, but, what do I know? This ban list could have, and we say this every single time, maybe the next ban list will be better, but I mean, a 90%er is probably the best that you're going to get at the moment. They'll truly never handle every sense of the problems, but it's a start, I guess, so please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I can't wait to see TCG exclusive Mitsurugi cards in the upcoming Mitsurugi product. There'd be no way that those won't be broken. Right?
Patrons, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.